link to the Sydney Morning Herald. We have the transcript. There's always denial. There's not BPA making the fish asexual. Oh, really? CBS News Today. Well, what are you against that? Drink the BPA, Alex. Do it or you're a homophobe. Russian analyst calls for nuclear attack on Yellowstone National Park. The consequences will be catastrophic for the United States. Russian geopolitical analyst, how do you pronounce that? I know this guy's an advisor to Putin. Konstantin Sivkov,
I believe so,
has called for Moscow to launch a nuclear attack on Yellowstone National Park and the San Andreas Fault Line, noting that the devastating consequences would disappear the United States as a country. Sivkov made the comments in a piece for Russian trade newspaper VPK News, which was translated by the Sydney Morning Herald. He's also made similar statements and speeches, arguing that NATO aggression against Russia required the complete destruction of the enemy. Sivkov went on to depict a chilling scenario. Geologists believe that the Yellowstone supervolcano, this is quoting him, geologists believe the supervolcano at Yellowstone will explode at any moment. There are signs of growing activity there. Therefore, it suffices to push the relatively small, for example, the impact of a munition megaton class to ignite an eruption. The consequences will be catastrophic for the United States. A country just disappears. Well, yeah, a lot of scientists, geologists, and others believe there's a major nuclear war. It'll trigger giant earthquakes, and volcanoes that are even extinct will start blowing their tops, because you're going to have major seismic energy shifts, and it's not pretty. The Yellowstone supervolcano eruption would kill millions of people in the initial blast and bury much of the United States in volcanic ash. Well, it doesn't matter as long as we've got trannies. According to some experts, it would cause the end of the world. And again, folks, I'm not even against these people. It's just that you turn on any channel, that's all you hear on the news, just battering people over the head with it. And what'd you see happen in Rome, remember, right before its collapse? According to some experts, it could cause the end of the world. So what? As long as a tranny pulls the switch, it won't be racist. The last time a supervolcano exploded in Siberia, 85% of all land species, 95% of all ocean dwellers were completely wiped out, he wrote. In 2013, it was revealed that the magma below Yellowstone was 2.5 times larger than previously thought, giving the Park supervolcano the potential to cause an eruption 2,000 times more powerful than the Mount St. Helens eruption. Some experts say the caldera is overdue to erupt. They've declared national security on that, I should add. Sivkov also said the Russian geography protected it from the threat posed by tsunamis. One could be triggered in the United States with an attack on the San Andreas Fault. Another valuable and vulnerable area of the United States, geopolitical point of view, is the San Andreas Fault. 1,300 kilometers between the Pacific and North American plates. A detonation of nuclear weapons there can trigger a catastrophic event like the coast-scale tsunami, which could completely destroy the infrastructure of the United States forever. Doesn't matter, though. The Californians are in Californians' sun, and they're not worried about it. America was invincible, just like the Titanic, right? It's still we the people, right? Sections of the San Andreas Fault are overdue for major earthquake activity. Researchers found that 3 sections of the San Andreas Fault system in Northern California, Hayward, Rogers Creek, and Green Valley, are either near or past their average reoccurrence interval and have accumulated sufficient strain to trigger earthquakes of a magnitude 6.8 or greater, CBS reports. Fearing that NATO and the United States plan to destroy Russia, Sivkov says Moscow is in a much worse position than 50 years ago because it has far fewer allies and cannot compete against the military might of NATO and its allies. While it would be unthinkable for anyone inside the Kremlin to take Sivkov's comments seriously, his rhetoric illustrates how fraught the tensions are between Moscow and Washington. Man, Watson writes some great articles, doesn't he? Last month, General Sir Adrian Bradshaw, NATO's Deputy Supreme Allied Commander, but see, it's okay because he has a sir in front of his name, warned that the threat of conflict with Russia represents an existential threat to the whole being. I agree with that. Meanwhile, I have this article, the next generation of weapons that Russia will use against the United States in World War III. We're going to look at some of that in the next segment. And I'm going to hit a bunch of other news I haven't gotten to yet and then open the phones up. But here's the deal. The government is running around like a chicken with its head cut off, preparing for war with basically the Russians, the Chinese, and conservatives and libertarians. George Soros is trying to start a war with the police. The media is trying to get everybody totally confused from everything about the family to sexuality. This is just a total 360 attack on humanity. This is anti-human, period.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Music, one of life's greatest pleasures, has tremendous power. The power to bring a tear to the eye or to quiet a racing mind. Music also has the power to heal and has been used through the centuries to treat depression, create energy, induce sleep, relieve stress and chronic pain. Now, Michael Terrell has created Whole Tones, the healing frequency music projects. These frequencies were uncovered in the music of King David and believed to have astounding healing effects. Now, you can benefit from healing music therapy simply by listening daily to this music in the comfort of your own home or office. It's a new year. Give yourself the gift of healing and transformation. Don't miss this opportunity to get an absolutely free sample of this music that you can begin using right away. Just visit WholeTones55.com and get a free sample. Visit WHOLETones55.com today for your free sample. That's WholeTones55.com. WholeTones55.com.
The rusted chains of prison moons are shattered by the sun. I walk a road, horizons change, the tournament's begun. The purple piper plays his tune, the the choir softly sing 3 lullabies in an ancient tongue for the court of the Crimson.
Crimson King, the devil. Court of the Crimson King, this planet. Oh, but the governments aren't corrupt. The elites aren't bad. The world isn't in the hands of the wicked one. I want to cut for TV viewers, you're a radio listener, Infowars.com/show to see the free feed to our control room. 20 years of work to be able to launch a media platform like this that reaches upwards of 20 million people a week. And under the new internet rules, regulations, and taxes that, guess what, they're now announcing, they will be able to basically try to squeeze this out. We've gotten big enough that they may just be able to slow down our growth. But other alternative media, other new media, they may be able to shut down. And that's what this plan is all about. Continuing, the next generation of weapons that Russia will use against the United States in World War III. They're in the midst of a sweeping modernization program, new hypersonic missiles, you name it. The Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile. Most Americans have heard of the infamous SS-18 Satan intercontinental ballistic missile, but these are now being replaced by the Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile. The Sarmat, also known as the Sarmatin, is a Russian liquid-fueled MIRV-equipped super heavy thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missile in development as of early 2015, intended to replace the previous SS-18 Satan. They also have Topol-Ms and carry extensive counter-missile defense measures. Its large payload would allow for up to 10 heavy warheads or 15 lighter ones, and or combination of warheads and massive amounts of countermeasures, dummy warheads, designed to defeat anti-missile systems via the MIRV system. China couldn't get MIRV from Russia, so they got it from, of course, Hillary Clinton. But that's not treason, folks, you know. The Sarmat is expected to be ready for deployment around 2020, but other sources state that the program is being fast-tracked and it could comprise up to 80% of Russia's land-based nuclear arsenal by 2021. Well, the big threat is their submarines with cruise missiles, because they pop up off the coast, fire the cruise missiles, they fly in under the radar and hit our coastal cities, which is the majority, and coastal military bases. That's really the big threat. The Bory-class nuclear submarine. Even greater concern, as I was just saying, of the Sarmat, are the new Bory-class nuclear submarines that Russia is building. The following is from an article about the launch of one of these new submarines, the Vladimir Monakov, if I pronounced that, in 2013. Russia recently launched its near-silent submarine following several years of development. The Bory-class, dubbed the Vladimir, has a new generation nuclear reactor, can dive deeper than 1,200 feet, and carries 20 nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles. Each of these ICBMs can carry 10 detachable MIRV warheads, which can re-enter vehicles, capable of delivering 150 kilotons yields per warhead. That'll really make you have a nice day. 1 kiloton in downtown Austin would destroy the entire downtown. How about 150 kilotons? Luckily, tests of the warheads only yielded 11 successes out of 20 attempts, which doesn't mean they aren't concerned. MIRVs aren't what shook World War to the foundations when they first appeared in the 70s. Let's just go on. There's page after page of this. We've got the Bulva submarine launching nuclear missiles. We've got them entering the Gulf of Mexico. Fox News, AP reporting on that. The Russian nuclear-operated attack submarine, armed with long-range cruise missiles, operated undetected in the Gulf of Mexico for several weeks, and its travel to strategic U.S. waters was only confirmed after it left the region. The Washington Free Beacon learned. And it gets into all those submarines. Then their strategic missile trains that they move around so you can't take them out. The S-500 missile defense system. And a lot more. And, of course, people are like, well, we'll defeat them, don't worry. Yeah. It's like saying, we'll blow the planet up and they'll die first. We'll die 10 minutes later. We'll detonate 10,000 nuclear weapons. That'll show you. Yeah, and kill everybody. People in bunkers will end up freezing to death in the nuclear winter. Maybe they'll last 5 years. It doesn't matter. You people are sick. We'll be right back.
We're on the march. The Empire.